Now, can we just jump over to the baby? Let's just talk about the baby. He was on the Breakfast Club and he addressed two things. Because remember, the baby got canceled due to his Rolling Loud performance last year, where he was basically giving out defamatory remarks to the LGBT community, the HIV based community, just, defaming them, stuff like that. I'm not going to really say what he said, but because it's YouTube, I don't want to be sitting here getting flagged and stuff. But y'all know what he said. Y'all can look it up. All right. So he said those things, and the LGBT community and people living with HIV and stuff like that, who were offended, came out protesting, canceling him, and it really affected his career. For the time being, he lost a lot of endorsements. His shows were being canceled. I think the only radio station that really backed him was Hot 97, if I stand corrected. And then fast forward into the beginning of this year, we see the video of the baby fighting his baby mama's brother. And everybody knows who Danny Lay is. She was a singer and dancer, but I guess she retired her career to be the baby's baby mama. All right. And it's just been a whole bunch of drama going on. Last year in August, the baby and Danny Lay was all on social media. I think it was August or July. Danny Lay and the baby was on social media arguing while they were holding their newborn child, going back and forth, arguing with each other. It was a mess. And then from there, after the baby embarrassed her, people, your hands was being thrown. Danny Lay was charged with a simple misdemeanor of an assault. It was just a lot going on. That's when Danny Lay brothers stepped in, and he was going through social media threatening the baby, saying that when he seen him, if he came to the West Coast in Los Angeles and California, he would hit him and it would be on site. That's what they say, on site. So that basically means that as soon as I see you, I'm going to punch you and we going to scrap it out. We about to fight it out. You feel me? And he was on several different platforms, not just that one live where he was saying, oh, I just got in a car accident. I'm icing myself, but I'll still beat your ass. He was doing interviews talking about fighting him. Then he was sitting there saying that he wanted to do some type of physical boxing charity thing, fighting against the baby. He was really going at it. But the baby seen him at a bowling alley during the weekend of the Super Bowl, and things went down because the baby ran up to him and swung on him. And then they start, gliding, because of course, when you're in a bowling alley, they literally was on the lanes. So no one was able to really grab the floor like that. It was no grip, so people were just falling all over themselves. It was just people falling all over themselves. People dragging Danny Lay's brother from alley to alley. And it was a big old mess. From there, Danny Lay's brother, Brandon Bills, filed a lawsuit against the baby. It's currently still pending for assault, and he's trying to get money out of him. He's suing him currently. Now, the baby decided after this whole thing, a few weeks later, to show his face at the Breakfast Club. He addressed both of these situations. Now, the first situation, and I'm just going to say for verbatim, you guys can see the Breakfast Club to hear everything, but he basically was saying in regards to his remarks at Rolling Loud that everyone should just know that, he is not homophobic. And he used the line, I have gay people in my family. And I'm just like, that is so funny. People say that, it's kind of like when you see, someone is racist and they'll say, I have whatever the race is, friends. They'll be like, oh, I'm not racist, I have black friends. Or I'm not racist, I have white friends. Or I'm not racist, I have Asian friends, or something like that. So he comes out and he just says on the Breakfast Club, I'm not homophobic, I have gay family members. You have gay family members, and so do probably, I want to say 80% else of the world have gay family members or questionable people in their family. That doesn't mean that you can't not like gay people. I don't get that, and he's just so cocky. Just hearing him talk irritates me. He's the type of person I just couldn't be around. I just wouldn't want to interview. I just wouldn't want his energy because he just comes off so arrogant. It's just my God, you can't be this arrogant and just be so rude and nasty about it and just try to make it seem so fun. And of course, you got DJ Envy and Charlamagne just egging it on, and Charlamagne really encouraging the behavior, just trying to, maybe they like them, whatever, but I just don't care for the baby. I don't care for it. And I don't know how, I didn't watch the full interview, but I would hope that in the interview, somewhere between there, they did say to him, he shouldn't treat the mother of his child like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't recall them saying that per se, or the way that he embarrassed her on social media like that, I just can't respect the baby. And then another thing, the only person that I seen in the clip when he was addressing the situation of beating up Danny Lake's brother was Angela Yee saying, you guys got to get it together for the kids and stop fighting each other because there's a child involved. And the baby really, he just came out so narcissistic to me. Like, with his response, like he always go back to his parents and, oh, I'm a good father. One thing I'm not gonna lack in my parents and this and this. Then he was making a joke about how he was afraid and how he this and this. This dude is suing you. And you know what they could do? They could take the video footage of you making a joke out of it and trying to low key be shady about beating him up or whatever at this bowling alley and really use it so you lose in court, and the baby with his music, I honestly have been shocked of how long his career has lasted. I'm not wishing for him to, not have a career because, he still has kids to feed and stuff. But I'm just really shocked that he's still out here making music and being successful at it because he's just so corny to me. The way that he acts is so corny to me. The way that he behaves is so corny to me. He really acts like a baby. And I swear this man has to be like 30 years old and he still acts like he's a teenager. It is so annoying to me. Like he's so immature acting. And from what I see on the Breakfast Club and stuff like that, he just seems so arrogant. It's just no. I can't support his stuff. Even if I like his music, if I figure out it's him, I gotta turn it off because I just can't support his arrogance and the way that he operates. I just don't like him. Now on the devil advocate side, I feel like Brandon Bills should not have been on social media making threats saying that he was going to attack the man and beat him up soon as he seen him on site, telling him to come to the West Coast, this, and this, because he really got what he asked for. You can't be on social media sitting here calling the dude the N-word, and the thing is, Brandon Bills, he's not black. So he's over here using defamatory names and stuff against him, throwing out racial slurs at him and saying he's going to beat him up and everything else. And mind you, your sister continues to go back to the baby. No matter what this man has done, she continues to choose to lay up with him, lay down with him, create a family and kids with him. And you want to fight him? You need to be going to curse your sister out and tell her not to deal with dude. Like, I mean, it's her decision at the end of the day. You can sit here and fight him a million times over. But if Danny Lake wants to be with the baby, she's going to be with the baby. She's a grown woman. I feel like that's the biggest thing with people that's like in like situations where they have family members that's in relationships with someone that they don't like, and it's like kind of like domestic violence involved and stuff. Sometimes after a while you just need to learn and know when to just back off, because after a while it's done on purpose for me. If I'm over here saving you and you've gotten so many opportunities to leave a situation, you had the support of your family, there's people that's there to protect you, and you still choose to lay up with somebody who you say is abusing you or treating you wrong, and then get pregnant by them and purposely have kids with them and all this other stuff. And I'd say allegedly, everything is allegedly, whatever. Because I had to say allegedly. Everybody want to sue people these days for talking, so I had to say allegedly. Is it really worth it? Doing it over again? For me, no. Like I give up after a while. If you want to be up and hanging out with somebody who just ain't good for you, you grown as hell. Listen, at this point, I'm 30 years old. All right. I don't got time to be chasing people around saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I don't think you should be touching and getting involved with that. Y'all, most of the people in my age bracket that I know, y'all grown enough. If I'm grown enough to know, I know that you grown enough to know that you shouldn't be laying up with somebody who's treating you bad, who's abusing you, and you shouldn't be asking for assistance with something that you know you're going to stay in, rain or shine. It's pointless. The only people I feel bad for is the innocent party, which is the child that they have right now. I really just hope that they're able to get the situation together for the sake of the child, because the baby is innocent. The actual baby, not this rapper. What's his name? Jonathan. I think the rapper name is Jonathan. Yeah. Y'all share your thoughts on that. But he was on social media, of course, trending for the stuff that he said. And I'm just like, okay, you, first of all, just do you. Be you. You don't got to give out no additional apologies. You don't got to do nothing, sir. Just come in here, promote your music, and go. We really, especially those in the LGBT community, we do not care because we know that your apology or whatever it is really for to save face, and it's fine for you to feel how you want to feel, but it's also just pointless for you to give out fake apologies. I just feel like I'm the type of person who just want people to stand in their shit and just let it be known so we know what it is. Like, if you don't like a certain person or if you don't like a certain this and that, let that individual group know so they know not to support you. And also, who said that the baby was uncanceled? Like, people like, oh, they try to cancel me, I'm uncanceled. Who said he was uncanceled? I don't understand how, to me, cancellation is an individual thing. So, I mean, if there's people in the community that was offended by the things that he said, or people in those communities that happen to live with HIV and stuff like that that was offended, I'm pretty sure those same people who stood on their mountain and said no, we're not supporting him, is still on the same wavelength. They not trying to buy his records like that. They not trying to support him like that. That is, cancellation is an individual thing.